Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're joined by the Wichita State Shockers. Representing them is head coach Jody Adams, along with student athletes Kelsey Jacobs, Allie Decker, and Alex Harden. We'll first take an opening statement from the coach, followed by questions for the student athletes, at which point we'll dismiss the student athletes after they've taken their questions, and you can direct questions towards the coach. So we'll start off with an opening statement.
I thought my team did the tough things well today. You know, they didn't let the little things deflate them, a 3-ball going down or a missed shot at the rim. They hung tough to our philosophy and the understanding of defense and rebounding wins big games, and this was a big game. You know, you give credit to Illinois State. I think they're a heck of a team. They've really improved throughout the season. They've given us battles every time we've played them. And to watch our team battle the way we did and each individual step up and do some big things. Kelsey Jacobs' first half, some big paint shots, big plays defensively, just continues to be our glue. Thought Allie Decker, stepped up for us. Second half, we needed a couple shots to go down, and Alex sure could have, tucked her head and, with the shots right at the rim or, not being able to finish with bodies on her. She could have just changed her demeanor, but she kept that fighting attitude that we know she has, and she is our leader. We go as she goes, and Kelsey goes, and Michelle goes. So just a total effort from this team. And again, I truly believe we did the tough things very well today.
Okay, we'll now take questions from the student athletes. Please wait for the microphone before you ask your question.
Kelsey, just start the first half. It looked like you came out a lot more aggressive on offense. Can you kind of explain why that was the case?
Well, Jody, after the game yesterday, told me to knock myself in the head from the last game.
I didn't pin her up.
I wasn't as aggressive yesterday, and I really needed to help my team out and get this big win. Illinois State definitely gave us a fight, and I think they needed me, and I'm this team's glue player, so I need to do the little things for them and just be a selfless player.
Yeah, you mentioned the glue. Can you kind of expand on that? What does this team need?
Sometimes it's like the glue player, I think, does some of the things that don't really show up on the stat sheet all the time, like maybe like getting your hands on little deflections in order for like an Alex to run through and get a steal, or just being there on help side, just constantly being active, or getting a board in a big moment or something like that. Just constantly talking.
Yeah, and Allie, you probably knew a game like this was coming with, Alex and Jamila. Just didn't really have it on offense today, so, you guys really needed, shots to be ahead from the outside. Did you know, through the course of the season, you just kind of feel like, you're going to have that moment sometime this season?
I think the way our coaches prepare for us is that every moment should be that moment. So every shot that we take in practice or even in a game is that big moment. So our coaches really prepare us for it, so we expect it when it comes.
Yeah, and that shot in the corner, everybody thought that you were going to release that three. Can you explain what made you want to do the pump fake and the dribble in?
I just saw this big 6'3" girl running at me, and I figured she could probably tip it, so I might as well get a closer and easier shot.
And when it went in, just the emotion, obviously it looked like it was a pretty emotional game for you. Can you explain what was going through your mind when you hit it?
Honestly, when it went in, it felt good, but we just wanted to win. So it was just one step closer to accomplishing our goal as a team. So that's pretty emotional.
And Alex, like Coach said, the shots at the rim for you and Jamila just weren't there today. That'd be, pretty frustrating, just seeing how many of those just didn't go in.
Yes, it was frustrating, but coaches and our teammates just kept telling us, keep your head up, work on defense. Your defense will create your offense. You'll get easier shots, get to the rim, get free throws, work for your teammates. If you're not making shots, pass it to somebody who is.
And can you explain, defense, obviously, you didn't give up on that end. I thought, you had a really good defensive game. Can you kind of explain when it's not working for you on offense, just the ability to still help this team win?
I think I'm a defensive-minded player, and then when I get down on my shots, they just keep telling me, get your defense going, move your feet, stay active, and that's what I tried to do, and I locked down and made sure that we got a lot of our steals, I feel like, in the last 2-3 minutes of the game, and that's what opened it up for us.
Yeah, and when you see Allie, Kelsey, Dap, I mean, hit shots like that, just how big was that in this game particularly?
It was big because a lot of our inside touches weren't going down, so they were giving us that outside shot, and them making it just made it a little easier to get in the cracks and make an easier pass or get an easier shot.
Yeah, and just to get back to that championship game, can you just kind of feel it? I mean, after winning last year, what's the feeling like right now on the team?
We're ready. Every team gives you a new challenge after playing them 2 times already. Come aggressive, don't underestimate anybody, and we'll see you have a good 40 minutes.
We have time for maybe one more question.
Alex, you were on Nelson quite a bit tonight, and she obviously had a great game for them last night. What was your kind of philosophy going into the game guarding her?
Just knowing that she was going to take their big shots. Just doing the scout that we do before, you know that she's going to go left, and then you have to understand that she's going to her mid-range pull-up, and she has a nice crossover. The biggest thing is using my length on her, making her take tough twos over me, and then boxing her out, making her work for every shot. And she's going to play a lot of minutes, so making her be tired.
Student athletes are dismissed.
Thank you.
Good job, guys. Get nice back.
At this point, we'll take questions for the coach.
Coach, can you just talk about Alex? I mean, like you said, I mean, the shots just weren't going down. For her to stay locked in and still affect this game on the defensive end, just can you describe that ability from a player to do that?
Well, with who she is to us, she can't allow that to happen. I mean, she runs this team. She has to get people to their spots. You know, defensively, she's got our defensive packages going in. The set call is coming from me from the sideline. You know, just as a coach at this point in time, it's just not the time to, you know, get after a player like that. She just does so much, so you want her to continue to focus on the things that she does well. We know our defense ignites her offense. It's just unfortunate. I mean, she draws 10 eyes every time she makes a move. 10. You know, it's not 4 or 6, 2 people. It's 10. So she has 5 people around her every time she takes a shot, and they're at her elbows. They're underneath her when she leaves the ground. She's one of the best athletes, if not the best athlete on the court majority of the time, so she plays by the rim. And so, you know, whatever reason we didn't finish by the rim, I respect her composure, her maturity, and her choices that she made tonight to continue to lead this team the way we know Alex Harden can.
And without her and Jamila on offense, I mean, making those shots, just how big were, I mean, the role players, Allie, Alex, or I mean,
Huge.
Kelsey?
I mean, we know it, and Allie said it. I mean, every shot in practice is a huge shot. We get after them, we stay on them, you know, expect it. You're going to be left open. So it's the way we practice, it's the way we work, it's the way our environment is built, that every shot's a big shot, and we want to be prepared to knock it down. And Allie Decker is one that puts in enormous amount of time in shooting the ball and making shots, not just taking them, making them.
Yeah, and the way the team responded when they cut it to 4, I mean, 3 straight baskets, I mean, hold them scoreless.
Gappridge had a huge basket right there at the free throw line. Thought that put wind back in ourselves, and then we got able to get back into our press packages. We changed those up. So we just, you know, we tried to keep them unbalanced, which I thought we did. With an aggressive attack, then we'd go to a delay attack, you know, trapping them right over the half court or right before half court, and then we'd go get them quick. So, you know, it's tough. You know, when we're playing at our best defensively, I think we're really good. I mean, and I'm proud to say that because these kids play in a tough system, and it takes a tough kid to do what we do.
And now to get back to that championship, I mean, you guys kind of went through that adversity at the end of the season. To have them a game within the end goal, just talk about what it's like right now for you guys.
You know, it's why you suit up to play. You know, it's a dream that you have as a little kid to be in a championship game, to win champions and championships. And so when you work this hard and you have this opportunity, we always say, why not? You know, let's put it all out there, you know, between the lines and our system against their system.
In your first 2 games against Illinois State, did Alex guard Nelson a lot of time?
We run a committee at her, honestly. You know, Alex has length. Bonner has quickness, speed. And and then you put somebody like Kelsey's 6-foot guard. So you're getting all kinds of looks when you're the best player. And again, her being the point guard and being the scorer, that's a lot of unbalanced looks you're getting. And you just, it's a tough job to have. And those guys doing their job very well tonight. It's very tough. And I think Chloe's she's a great point guard. I really respect her game. I like her moxie, her toughness. She's my type of kid. So she just, she had a lot thrown at her tonight.
I mean, did you figure after watching them last night and on the role she was last night that really stopping her was
We've
the big
treated
key?
her like that every time we've played her. I mean, and the respect is there. So we haven't treated her any differently, no matter up, down, whatever. We knew we had to do a great job on her today.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
Joined now by Illinois State head coach Barb Smith, along with student athletes Chloe Nelson and Lindsay Smith. Again, we'll follow the same format, an opening statement by the coach, followed by questions for the student athletes, after which they'll be dismissed, and then you may direct questions towards the head coach. So, Coach, please start us off with an opening statement.
I just really want to just give a lot of credit to Wichita State. They played a great game. A very well-coached team. They played a great game. Their defense was very good tonight. But I'm really proud of our team. I thought we battled. I thought we've We had runs where we came back. I'm impressed with our team. I love this team. I've had a blast with them all year, and it didn't stop through this entire game. And so we dropped this one, but we've continued to get better every single day, and we got better as a basketball team this year, and even today. We got better today.
Questions for the student athletes, please?
Chloe, could you just kind of talk about their defensive effort on you? It seemed they ran a lot of players at you, and especially Harden, and her lane seemed to give you a little bit of problem.
Definitely credit to Wichita State and their defense. Alex Harden was the defensive player of the year for a reason. She came out and she played well, and sometimes your shots fall and sometimes they don't, but just really proud of our team and the effort that they gave and the fight. I can't say enough about this player right here, Lindsey Smith. She did an excellent job tonight, just trying to carry some of the load.
Lindsay, could you kind of talk about the comeback there? You guys were down 14, and you got it within 4, and had a couple shots even to make it a one-possession game. What kind of sparked that kind of effort right there?
We've been in that position before, and we just know that if we want to come back from that kind of deficit, we have to do it as a team, and I think that's what we did. We shared the ball. We worked together on defense to get stops, and we shared the ball on offense to get good shots. So that's what our team is about. Like, Chloe has carried us this whole year, but other girls have to step up too.
Chloe, obviously, it's kind of the end of your career here. Is that kind of hit you yet, or is it going to take a while?
No, I think it hit me. I think if you ask anybody in the locker room, it definitely hit me. But just, like I said, just happy to be a Redbird. Couldn't imagine myself anywhere else. Always love playing in front of our fans. Love playing with these coaches. Staff back there, Leanna Bordner, can't say enough about her. Just happy to be a Redbird.
And Lindsay, like Coach said, does this tournament, the last couple days, how much does that help you guys going forward to next season?
It's great experience for us, and we just talked about it in the locker room. No one expected us to be here except us. And so that just fuels us from being able to prove that we can get to this position and turning it into off-season workouts and what we're able to do next year.
Any further questions for the student athletes? You are dismissed.
Thank you.
You can now direct your questions towards Coach Smith.
Barb, could you just kind of talk a little bit about, obviously, they had 44 points in the paint tonight, and that was really kind of maybe the key to the whole game.
Absolutely. I mean, we were trying to mix up our defenses, and they just kept spreading us out and penetrating. And, sometimes we had great help, and it showed up, and other times we were, kind of maybe worried about what was going on the other side of the court too much. But defense is something that we've been working on all year, all year. And, there have been steps in certain areas, and sometimes we look like we're getting it, and other times it just looks like it's not quite there. So if we could just get 5 more games in the season, then maybe we could get it there. But it looks like it might have to wait until next year. But that's what we were just talking about. Our off season is going to be important, and it's it's always hard to talk about next year already. But that's what you do. Only one team wins the last game, and so you have to look to the future, and they're going to all get a break, and then we're going to come back, and we're just going to do the same exact thing. We're going to approach it with just improving. We've got things to improve on, and we'll do that.
With your team being so young, can you talk about the defense's efforts by Kaylin, especially in the last game, guarding Keitel? It seemed down the stretch she was a key part. And then with 44 points, Wichita today, but it seemed when Kaylin was on the floor, that post presence really simmered down a little bit for Wichita. She was able to get a couple good blocks and some rebounds. Was there any reason that she didn't play at all in the first half? She had 8 less minutes than she did last game. Was there any specific reason for that?
No, we were just trying not to foul, and we were fouling a little bit too much early, and Zenobia went in and fouled, and Sue went in and fouled, and then Kay got her nod. Kaylin and Zenobia both have grown so much as post players, and sometimes one had a better game than the other, and then the next game to be the other one having a better game, and they just are, the growth was unbelievable with those two this year, and their hunger. They had to learn how to work hard. They had to learn how to what college Division I athletics was all about, and they just kept going. They just, a freshman has their ups and downs, and they get overwhelmed, and they, partway through the September when they're first looking at this thing, they're going, "What did I do? Why am I here?" Because it gets hard. And those two have just blossomed, especially the second half of our season. They've just blossomed.
Did they do anything differently on Chloe than they did in the first two games against you guys?
No, their defense was just very good. And, Chloe, after the finish yesterday, she wanted to do it again. She wanted to put this team on her back. And her back is the smallest back on the team. And, she did everything she could. And some of the other players helped too. They stepped up. They helped. That's how we battled back. I mean, people had big plays, and but Chloe's, she's the heart and soul of this team. She's been that way all year.
I mean, did you think if you guys got it to within one possession that you were just kind of right there?
Absolutely. I mean, we were making our little comeback there. We were battling, and then I forget what happened, but it was two things that. I think I was forced to call a timeout or something, but it was two back-to-back things that hurt us. And, that's when it was like, oh, shoot, could have gone either way, and we were still in the game, and they were still fighting, and then, darn, this basketball game has a clock.
Okay, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.